for these function operation ones, you basically have to use this top part that I have boxed as a key, or like a legend on a map. So for 27 it says find f plus g of 30 degrees. That means plug in 30 degrees into your f equation and 30 degrees into your g equation and then add them together. Well, if you take a look at the key, f is sine x. So we're going to do sine of 30 degrees and we're going to add to it g of 30, so cosine of 30 degrees. Now 30 degrees is pi over 6, so sine at 30 degrees, or pi over 6, is going to be a half. Cosine is radical 3 over 2. They already have the same denominator, so you can put them together as 1 plus radical 3 over 2. 28 is similar, except it's doing f minus g at 60 degrees. So f of 60 minus g of 60. So sine of 60 degrees minus cosine of 60 degrees. 60 degrees is pi over 3. Go back here, right? This one's pi over 6. So sine at all of the over 3's is going to give you radical 3 over 2. And cosine at all of the over 3's is a half. So your final answer here is radical 3 minus 1 all over 2. We're going to go ahead and take a look at 29 and 30 as well for this. So these are both multiplication problems. These ones are in radians. That's a little bit nicer. So we're going to do sine of 3 pi over 4, and we're going to multiply it by cosine of 3 pi over 4. This is in the second quadrant. Sine at all of the over 4's is radical 2 over 2. And sine in the second quadrant is positive. And cosine at 3 pi over 4 is going to be negative radical 2 over 2. When you multiply these together, then we're going to multiply straight across. So technically what this gives us is negative square root of 4 over 4. We can simplify this square root of 4 to just be 2. And negative 2 over 4 is just negative 1/2. We do the same thing but with 4 pi over 3. So sine of 4 pi over 3 times cosine at 4 pi over 3. Sine at 4 pi over 3 is going to be radical 3 over 2. Since it's in the third quadrant, it'll be negative. Cosine at all of the over 3's is a half. But again, we're in the third quadrant, so it'll be negative. Multiply straight across. So we get a positive radical 3 over 4.